What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Chelsea. Today we'll be taking on Tottenham and Manchester City, both away from home, both in the Premier League. They currently sit second and third in the table. Tottenham are fighting to win this league with Manchester United. They're 2 points behind them on the same games played. It's a two-horse race between United and Tottenham, so they have a lot to play for. And Man City are looking to just hold on to a Champions League spot. They are on 67 points, 6 points ahead of 5th place Arsenal, 10 points ahead of us, so we're not really a threat to them, but Arsenal definitely are, especially because they're actually playing Arsenal today. So that's going to be a big match for both Man City and Arsenal. And Man City just lost 4-0 to Brighton. So if they then lose to Arsenal and then lose to us, they're not going to be in a very good spot in terms of getting Champions League football for next season. And I'd be very happy to ruin that for them. We haven't played any games since last episode. We are just coming off of our 4-0 thumping of Manchester City in the FA Cup semifinal, which sent us to the final to take on Watford. But today, right now, we're playing Tottenham, and we need a win here. We want to give ourselves as good of a chance to get European football from the league as we do from the FA Cup. So we're going with a strong team. We're playing pretty much the same exact tactic and the same exact players for the most part that we played against Manchester City. It worked really good, so I don't really want to change it up. Tottenham have done well this season in terms of retaining possession, so I'm not going to try to get possession against them like I didn't try to do it against Man City. I'm just going to create as many good chances as possible. It worked out well for us against Man City. Hopefully it'll work out well for us today. Up top, we've got Lukaku, Pino, and Havertz, to be expected. Mourinho has come in, advanced playmaker. Gavi started for us against Man City, got his first goal for me. But Mourinho has been really good for us. He's back from his injury, so he has to come right back in. Mount was also really good against Man City. He got 2 assists, so between him and Gavi, I had to drop one of them. I decided to go with Gavi. Mount's been more consistently good for me, and he's coming off of a 2-assist game, so I thought he should probably start. And then we're keeping Kessie in this defensive midfielder role, but I'm actually going to switch him from a halfback, which I usually play him as in this system, to a ball-winning midfielder, which is what I played him as against Manchester City, and it seemed to work pretty well. Backline, Reguilon comes in for the injured Ruggieri. He's out for another 3 weeks, so it's going to be Reguilon's job for the next 3 weeks. And center-back pairing is Badiashile and Cerezo, Reece James a right back, and Mendy playing as a supportive sweeper keeper in this high-tempo possession. I think it makes more sense to play him as a supportive guy instead of a defender. I like to play sweeper keeper defend when I'm looking to hold possession, play, low or high percentage passes, I guess I want to say. You'll take low risks, but in a higher tempo, more attacking, counter-attacking system, being on support and taking more risks seems to make more sense. So I'm going to go with that. So that's the team. On the bench, we've got Franjic, Kalulu, Sosa is the backup left back, Camavinga, Zvonarek, Gavi, Hudson-Odoi, Sterling, and Benjamin Sesko. Strong bench, strong starting 11. Hopefully put in another good performance like we did against Man City. Almost 18 minutes in. It's been a pretty nervy game. Both teams with 2 shots, neither on target. Jeremy Pino on the ball. It's going to find Mason Mount. He'll look to dribble around his defender, and he's going to look for a ball through, but I don't know who that was to. Lukaku was very far offside, and there was no one else in the area. Fortunately, a bad goal kick means we get it back, and Lukaku's offside once again. You should try being onside. It usually is pretty effective. 32 minutes in. Still neither team with the shot on target. Goalkeepers could take the entire first half off, apparently. But Tottenham are on the ball, looking to attack, but Reece James does well to intercept. Now he drives down this right-hand side, finds Lukaku, holds it up, finds Frank Kessie. Great ball over top to Pino. A lot to do here. Looks to chip the keeper, but he puts it wide. 38th minute. We got a corner. Jeremy Pino, near post. Lukaku heads it on, and it's Kai Havertz arriving at the far post. Puts it in the net, gives Chelsea the advantage. 38 minutes in, 1-0 up away against Tottenham. And it looks like we might be going into halftime with that advantage. Both teams with only 1 shot on target, but we were able to put ours in the back of the net. First half of the second half is 54 minutes in. It's going to be a free kick by Marcos, whatever his name is, Marcos Antonio. Harry Kane, 37 or 30, I don't even know how old he is. He puts a ball in and Vlahovic wins it, and I think he was onside. What a ball in that was by Harry Kane. He might be old, but he still got a heck of a cross on him. Really good passer, and he shows it off there, and it does count. Vlahovic, also very good in the air. Does not make the mistake. It's 1-1. 78 minutes in, and that is probably the worst thing that could have possibly happened. The only consistent finisher in our front three, Jeremy Pino, has picked up a red injury, a lower leg injury. That could be very bad. Literally the second best player on the pitch for us today, and he's going to have to come off. We have made 2 subs, so fortunately we do have a third to make, but after this we're out of subs, so another injury, and we're down to 10 men. We brought in Gavi because Kessie was awful, and we brought in because Maribo was awful. 6.6, not awful, but wasn't playing very well. and running Camavinga for Kessie, who is on a yellow and not playing very well. And now we have to replace Pino, and not really any good options because Raheem Sterling has been awful. Hudson-Odoi hasn't really had an opportunity. I don't think he'd be good, but I mean, we know Sterling's bad, so maybe we give Hudson-Odoi a chance here. Could also consider switching to like a front three like we played at Sporting and bringing on Sesko. Another option. Don't know if it's the one I want to do, though. We're going to have a few minutes to make a decision here. All right, I think I made the decision. I'm going to go Hudson-Odoi. This is actually a pretty decent result if we can continue this, keep this 1-1 draw. I'd like to get the win, but a point against second in the league Tottenham, who are fighting for the league title, is not a bad result. And I think I trust Hudson-Odoi right now more than Sterling. Not only is Sterling nervous, he's been bad, and Hudson-Odoi hasn't really had a chance. This is going to be his chance. And we've got a highlight. His ex-Chelsea player Chilwell throwing the ball in. And looks like Tottenham are going to look to attack. Gonzalez on a yellow. Finds Vlahovic on the through ball. He hits the post, but it falls right to that region who I've never heard of, who has an empty net. And against the run of play, we have been the much better team. Tottenham take the lead. Now we need to go for this. I wish I could bring on Sesko now, but that's not an option. So we're going to this 4-3-1-2. Hudson-Odoi is going to play attacking mid, something he can do. He's a decent passer. So he's going to play there. Havertz is going to go up top with Lukaku. And Reguilon and James are going to go on complete wingback attack. We're going on attacking. A little bit more direct. We're just going for it now. We need a goal. A 2-1 loss. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a 2-1 loss or a 3-1 loss. A loss is a loss. I want at least a point here, if we can. And there's going to be a kickoff highlight. I like this. This is a good thing, unless it's a goal for Tottenham. But we've got the ball, and we're looking to see if we can build here. Hudson-Odoi, that was just god-awful. Can I, like, retroactively not bring him on and bring on Sesko? Is that something I can do? Because I would very much like to do that, because he nearly just forced us to concede a third. We've got to throw in now. Reece James to throw it in. Lukaku. Does that mean they're down a man? They might be down a man. Harry Kane's on the ball, though, as we give it away once again. DaCosta now on the ball, looking to drive out of defense, but Cerezo does well to intercept. We've gone even more attacking. Hudson-Odoi, don't give the ball away. He finds Havertz. I don't know if he's onside, but it's in the back of the net. Is he on? I don't think they're even checking it. I think he's on. I think that's good. We have equalized in the 90th minute. We've got 6 minutes left. I want to win it still. There's going to be a highlight. It's a goal kick from Tottenham. They are, in fact, down a man. Camavinga intercepts a bad goal kick. He's going to find Reece James out on the right. We're still going for this. And Reece James puts in the ball, and it's Hudson-Odoi. He got the assist. Now he puts it in the back of the net. He almost caused us to concede a goal because he gave the ball away far too easily, but he made up for it. He gets an assist that ties it up, and he gets what looks like is going to be the winner. What a game this has been. I have pulled everything back, looked to hold on the ball, and just don't give them any more chances. There's a minute left. Can we see this out and get a massive W? We do. What a game. We take the lead on the 39th minute, Kai Havertz. They equalize in the 54th. And then 3 goals after the 82nd minute. First, Tottenham takes the lead. Then they have an injury and go down to 10 men. And Havertz in the 91st gets his second Hudson-Odoi assist. And then Hudson-Odoi in the 95th minute gives us the winner. That was brilliant. Nobody gave us a chance. But you proved the doubters wrong. And to do it in comeback fashion. We went down, but we refused to be beaten. 2 goals in stoppage time. That was special, lads.
The match today looked like it could have gone either way, but is it fair to say you were relatively confident that you'd win?
I think we were the better team for the vast majority of that game, so it felt a little harsh when we went down there towards the end. But the players never gave up. They showed a lot of fight today, not only to equalize, but to go and win the whole thing there at the final moments.
How pleased are you to beat your bitter rivals?
I want to win every game we play, but obviously these sort of occasions mean a little bit more, both to the coaches, the players, and the fans. So it's always great to get a win in these games.
Your team scored an extremely late but crucial goal today. Were you surprised that so much stoppage time was added?
I couldn't say for sure, as I was too focused on the play itself and trying to get this win. But there were a couple of lengthy stoppages for sure. What a win that was. Heaps is ahead of Liverpool and right up there with Arsenal in a race to continue to give ourselves a chance of getting European football through the league. Havertz gets man of the match. He gets 2 goals, but a lot of praise has to be given to Callum Hudson-Odoi. What a super sub appearance that was. And unfortunately, it looks like he might be having to play for a little bit because Pino is out 3 to 5 weeks. And with that performance, Sterling's going to be on the bench, and Callum Hudson-Odoi is going to get some opportunities. Now we can see if we can continue this winning run and get another one over on Man City. they're going to be looking for a little bit of revenge. But we've got 8 days off, so we'll be fresh and ready. And they've got a Europa League game in between. So we've got an advantage there. All right, it's time to take on Man City once again. In their last 2 games, they played Arsenal in the league and Real Madrid in the Europa League, and they drew both of them. Which means if we win today against Man City, we actually leapfrog Arsenal. They're ahead of us by 2 points, but we have a game in hand on both them and Liverpool. So we would go up to 5th place with a win. And we'd be, what 5 points behind Man City? Still unlikely, but possible. Still a chance of Champions League football, but I doubt it's going to happen. But we'd be in a good position to get Europa League football through the league if we don't get it through the FA Cup. So the team we got today is a very similar one to the one that took on Man City and beat them 4-0. Up front, we got Lukaku and Havertz. Hudson-Odoi does have to come in because of the injury to Yeremy Pino. He's out for another 6 days to 2 weeks. I think he'll be back for the FA Cup final, but it will be a little close. But Hudson-Odoi was fantastic as a super sub in that last game. Hopefully he can do a similar thing over 90 minutes. In the midfield, we're going with Mount still, and Gavi's going to come in instead of Moriba. Moriba didn't play very well against Tottenham. Gavi got that goal against Manchester City, so I'm going to give him the chance today. He's also match sharp, while Moriba is not, so I'm going to go with Gavi and Mount, and then Kessie in that holding role still. I think against a team like Man City, playing our higher tempo style, he can do a little bit more than Camavinga can, and he's played well, so I'm going to keep him in there as that ball-winning midfielder. Our back line, Reguilon's still in there because of the injury to Gary. He's out for another 5 to 10 days. Badiashile and Cerezo have been very good. Reece James has been very good, as has Mendy. Our first highlight at the Etihad is 2 minutes in. It's going to start with a throw-in for Manchester City. Illich on the ball. They do not have Isaac Bergwijn Johannesson because of injury, and it doesn't matter because they're going to immediately score with Phil Foden. 2 minutes in. Is that the first shot of the entire game? It is, and Man City take the lead. Not an ideal start. We were able to come back late against Tottenham. Now we've got an entire game to do it against City. I'd give us a chance. But it's going to be another City attack to start this highlight. But Reece James intercepts. It's going to fall to Kai Havertz. Going to go inside to Mason Mount. Into Gavi. Going for a ball over the top through Lukaku. He's got a chance on his left foot. Puts it in the back of the net. A good finish for Lukaku. He doesn't always get those on target. And he definitely doesn't always get those in the back of the net. So it's good to see him finish that one today. Is that our first shot? I think it is. It doesn't show it yet, but I'm pretty sure that's our first shot as well. 2 shots in the entire game. 2 goals. This has been a weird game so far. We're in the 32nd minute. There's finally been a shot that wasn't a goal. It was by Man City. But we've got the ball after intercepting it from their throw-in. Kessie's going to look for not totally sure who. There was literally no one there. So Man City are going to get the ball back, but they're going to give it away right back. Lukaku on the ball now, holding it up, finding a run of Hudson-Odoi. He was so good as a super sub. Can he do something here? He's got the ball. He's going to have to pull it back to Reguilon. Inside for Havertz. Hits the crossbar. We're going to get it back, but that's going to be the end of that one. A really nervy game. It looks like it might be going into halftime with a 1-1 draw. It's probably deserved too. It's 3 shots for both, 2 shots on target for both. XG pretty similar. They've had the better of the possession, but we've had a little bit better of the chances. 70th minute, we've got a throw in. There's been a little bit more shots in the second half than there was in the first, but we're still not really seeing any highlights, and we're not seeing any goals. But we've got a chance here. Reguilon on the ball. It's going to find Gavi. Into Hudson-Odoi. Looks for Havertz. He's in a good position. Got a lot to do still. He's pretty wide. He's going to go, hits the post. It's our second time we've hit the woodwork. Second time Havertz has hit the woodwork today. Now Man City are going to look to counterattack, but apparently not. Throw in for Man City in their own area. He's going to throw it out wide to Alejandro Balde, I think that is. Herrera's going to go back to Foden. Goal scorer, the first goal of the game. Illich's going to head it down to Moukoko. They've got some runners, and Moukoko is going to run right through the middle, unopposed. But he puts it wide. Chelsea get a little fortunate there. 3 minutes of added time. Game super tight. Draw is probably fair. And it looks like that's going to be the result. We end a pretty wild game. Not a whole lot of highlights, but really even, really back and forth. And it's 1-1. Man City actually created quite a few good chances. 5 half chances, 1 clear-cut chance. We only created 3 half chances. They had a little bit more of the possession, but not as significant as you'd imagine. Slightly higher XG. We had more shots on target. Pretty even game. I think 1-1's a fair result. Would we have gotten all 3 points if Yeremy Pino was available? I think there's a decent chance. I don't know if we saw Hudson-Odoi touch the ball once. We could have been 5th, but instead with that draw, we're 7th. We're tied on points with Liverpool. They have a better goal difference, so they sit 6th, but only 1 point behind 5th place Arsenal. So we're still in a pretty decent position to be able to get Europa League football through the league. But if we lose against Watford in the FA Cup, 7th's not going to be good enough for us to get European football. We'd have to get at least 6 to get Europa Conference League. So I still want to be able to leapfrog both Liverpool and Arsenal. I want to get Europa League football next year. I'll settle for Europa Conference League, but I really want Europa League football. And hopefully we can get it through the FA Cup. And that FA Cup final will be next episode. We'll be taking on Watford, seeing if we can guarantee ourselves Europa League football for next season. The other game, either Leicester or Leeds, probably Leeds, but could be Leicester depending on how the league falls. If we can guarantee ourselves 5th place somehow by beating Leicester, I think I'd show that game. If not, decent chance we'll be playing Leeds. So I'll see you next episode for the end of our first half year here at Chelsea. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.